Congratulations on this Oscar nomination, your first.
Thank
you. And might I say, in the most competitive year for Best Act, I could give you 30 performances this year that could have been nominated, and it was a very competitive year. And so it's a real big honor, I think, too.
Wow.
And I know from having talked to you a couple of times on the road, you're so happy because your parents are both here to see that. They're both, what, how old are they now?
They're turning 90 this year.
Wow.
Yeah, they were very, very excited.
So what happened that day when you heard you got nominated?
Oh, you know, that morning I went downstairs and I didn't know this, but my wife had woken up and she was watching upstairs in the bedroom. And when my name was announced, I ran upstairs to wake her up and she was running downstairs. And we met at the top of the stairs and we're just jumping up and down. And it was just a great, memorable moment. And you know, I tend to take mental snapshots as I go through life to try to isolate and encapsulate moments of my life. Like tonight is one of those. I'm just trying every so often to kind of take a mental snapshot of all of this that's going on and all of these nice things that are happening. And I did the same at our wedding, you know, because it can all go by so quickly. And that's what we did that morning. It's really an honor and very, very exciting. And you don't want to put too much weight on it, and it's not an earth-changing thing, but it was really fun and exciting.
And John DuPont, what a character, a true life story,
Yeah.
almost unreal. I mean, it's like hard to believe it actually happened.
Yeah.
But it's extraordinary, and the transformation that you had to do, not only with the makeup, which is, as I mentioned, was Oscar nominated as well, but just trying to get in that guy's head and figure it out. So what was the research factor for you here? And did you look at a lot of footage of him?
I did, yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of footage on him. He had commissioned a documentary about himself and about Foxcatcher. And the most interesting part of those documentary scenes were the outtakes, the parts that didn't make it into the documentary. And you could see him in repose. You could see him talking to the camera crew and the documentarian, who incidentally in the movie was the actual documentarian that interviewed John DuPont and Mark Schultz and Dave Schultz. It was the same guy they brought in to ask us the questions in the film. So I watched those things, and he had very specific mannerisms and ways of speaking and vocal patterns and breathing patterns and, you know, ways he held himself. So I tried to emulate that as opposed to do an impression of him, because who he was affected how others treated him. And so we thought that was important to create.